All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, HaRachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who also rule well. Peace and salutation to those of the hopeful elect. I just want to go in through the spirit, all right, concerning this article. All right, it says the price of this basic grocery item just hit a record high. It says, after an increase in meat prices, a mainstay staple of the dairy aisle is seeing a major upswing in price that could soon trickle down to the grocery store shelves. It says Chicago Mercantile Exchange saw a record high in wholesale cheese prices in early June when a pound of cheddar was valued at $2.65 or $2.65 per pound, which is a significant increase from April's prices of only $1 per pound. So pretty much the wholesale of these items, because, grocery stores, they have to purchase items from these different, venues, okay, for wholesale price. Then they get them shipped in, all right, with the trucks, the food trucks, all right. And then they put the items on the shelf and then they sell, But we're seeing, since we're in the end times and Yahweh Shema Shai is systematically dismantling America, all right, the Lord is destroying the economy of America. And also, due to this COVID-19 pandemic by the elites, that's also putting a dent in America. It's pretty much putting the final nails in the casket of America, because this place is going to collapse. The economic infrastructure is going to collapse. All right. And we're officially in a recession. That article had just came out, I believe, either last week, where it pretty much said the keepers of the house, they said we're officially in a recession. So now we're going to see and feel, the results of the weakening U.S. dollar, the dying U.S. dollar. We're going to feel the results of that. And the results is called inflation. All right. Because the value, it pretty much costs more money to make the dollar than the actual dollar, than the actual value of the dollar, man. All right. The paper, that is used to make the dollar is more expensive than the actual value of the dollar. And that's inflation, man. And the dollar is going to continue to devalue until it crashes. All right. And the effects of inflation is the prices of things are going to skyrocket. OK. And it says after an increase in meat prices. So, these different meat companies are starting to shut down. So meat is becoming more and more scarce. All right. Because businesses is not circulating. OK, so these different meat products, these different meat businesses have been shutting down. It makes the price of meat more valuable. It makes the price go up. And that's what we're seeing. All right. And there's less and less jobs. So people is not going to have enough money, to pay for eventually a loaf of bread is going to be like $15 just for a loaf of bread. OK, and people is not going to be able to afford it. All right. But continue to read. It says that the increases in meat prices. And then it also tells you that there's an increase in cheese. OK, so there's going to be more and more price hiking. Prices is going to continue to hike up. All right. As time progresses and food is going to be more and more scarce. All right. And people is not going to be able to pay, for food, man, and certain expenses. All right. Like internet, people's going to start, or we're going to enter into hard times. All right. Because the economy is shutting down. The Lord is shutting down America, man. All right. For the sole purpose of judgment, the season of judgment. So I want to get a quick scripture. This is 1 Thessalonians verses 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Yeah, because the scriptures was revealed, which the true understanding, all right, which is a mystery unto the world. It's a secret. The true understanding of the scriptures was revealed unto the brethren, all right, the elect, all right, and also the 1/3, the men, women, and children that are written in the book of life, all right. So it says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, right? Because the elect have the understanding of the times that we're living in, man. All right, the elect know what time it is, that this is the time of the Lord's judgment, okay? And this is not our rest, okay? So I'm gonna continue to read verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. All right. So the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night upon these people. All right. Because these people, first and foremost, they can't put two and two together and connect it back to the scriptures. They can't put two and two together and connect it back to prophecy. Okay. So the people in the world, they don't know what's going on. They're in gross darkness. All right. And while things are slowly changing around them, okay, these people are asleep. All right, they think that everything is going to go back to normal because their faith is in Esau's system, the so-called white man. All right. So while things is changing around them, all right, yet people are struggling to pay their bills and whatnot. Okay. But they don't ultimately believe that America is going to go down. Okay. Just because they still have access to their cell phone, they can still go out and buy things. Okay. You know, they can still, go on the internet. They still have social media. All right. So these people are still in gross darkness. And Esau, he's slowly opening up the economy again because everybody was on lockdown. All right. He's slowly opening things up. Like you can go and dine in certain restaurants. And this is only going to rock the people back to sleep even more. Okay. So it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. All right, so these people are not watching for the day of judgment, the day of Yahweh Shema Shai bringing wrath upon the earth. All right, the day that the Lord is going to start killing people in mass quantities of numbers, man. All right, these people are not looking for that. All right, these people is itching to get back into that regular lifestyle that they used to have, man. All right. These people is itching to get back to wickedness, man. Verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So when they start saying peace and safety, everything, oh yeah, Esau's telling you, well, the coronavirus, is not that big of a threat anymore. People starting to go out and gradually start living at regular life again, okay, which things will never go back to so-called regular, all right, is going to stay at this new norm, all right, but people think that America is going to slowly heal, okay, but that's not so. That's not so, because the scriptures say I would have healed Babylon, okay, but you can't heal, how for her pain. There's no remedy that you can put on America, okay, to make everything great again. All right. This place is going to get worse. All right. And that economic, collapse is going to hit these people, man, out of nowhere. All right. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So these people, one day, these people going to wake up and there's going to be completely no jobs at all. People's going to be wondering how can they feed their family. People's going to have a whole bunch of money, and the money is literally going to be worth nothing, And then Esau, he's going to roll in his troops, declare martial law. All right. All these things is going to happen in a fast pace, man. All right. To where these people are not going to be expecting it at all. All right. And that judgment is going to ensue, because during this time, a lot of people is going to be put to death, man. Verse 4, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Yeah, because the men of the Lord are the only ones that are watching and seeing the events unfold, all right, and linking them back to scriptures, man. All right, the elect are the only ones that are seeing with the foresight where these different events are going to lead, man. All right, it's going to lead to the destruction, okay, of America. And Esau rolling out the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, okay? And America being destroyed with those nuclear missiles, man. All right, this is what all the events is leading towards, is the fulfillment of the biblical prophecy, man. But these people are in gross darkness, All right, especially 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native, and Seminole Indians. 2/3 of you are in gross darkness. You don't know what's going on, man. Yet the Lord has his teachers out there cussing you out to tell you to get right, man, before the Lord destroy you. All right, but yet 2/3 of our people still want to live this lifestyle. They still want to be in that philosophy of them being a Negro here in America, and they trying to get it any way possible. They still want to make a kingdom within a kingdom that's not theirs, man. Okay, asking Esau for equality, man. All right, 2/3 of our people is gonna be destroyed. Let me get another precept real quick. I believe it's in Jeremiah, the 50th chapter. Here it is. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. And I'm going to start at... let me see. Salakia. Here it is. Jeremiah 51. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and 7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. All right. And the Lord used America, all right, to be that number one nation to go around the earth and do business with these other nations, man. All right. And America pushed their westernized mindset, which is a spirit, upon these other heathen nations, man. All right, to where these other heathen nations started adopting the customs of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, all right, and America, okay? Because America is the beauty of the Chaldees. The modern-day Chaldees is the Esau. And Esau set up America, to be the number one influence in the earth, okay? To push out that vibration of wickedness, all right? And that westernized mentality. And these other nations picked up on it. But now we're living in a time where these nations want to take America out of power, man. All right, these nations are extremely mad, all right, because they don't want to deal with America no more. They figure why they put off their customs, the following behind the ways of the so-called white man, all right, which his ways leadeth unto death, man. All right, his ways are buffoonery. So now these nations, are mad. Verse 8, it says, Babylon is sudden fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Okay, so America, this place is going to collapse, all right? Because in the midst of America's economy breaking down, all right, these other nations is moving around the U.S. dollar, okay, which is weakening the U.S. dollar furthermore. America's already trillions of dollars in debt to China. Now, China don't want to deal with the dollar no more. All right, so Russia, China, these other nations are forming a unity. All right, and they're aiming their missiles towards America, in so much where NATO and the EU, the EU is going to turn their back on America. All right, and they're going to point their missiles at America too, man. All right. And while these things is going on, the Lord is stirring up World War III. America's crumbling. All right. The economic system is crumbling. The people in America is going to begin to face extremely hard times. A lot of people is going to die. A lot of children. All right. Riots is going to start popping off. Esau is going to call martial law. Foreign troops is going to be on the soils of America, putting people to death, throwing them in FEMA camps. All right. So there's no way you can stop these events from taking place, man. It says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. It's going to come a point in time, all right, which people are already doing is these heathens. These are the heathens that may have a small business or they may own a shop, all right next to a hood, where Israelites live at. They might have a store. These other nations is shutting down and they using their money to go back to their homeland because they see that America's through, man. All right. and that's going to continue and to increase. But those heathens that are still left on the soils, when martial law hit and Esau locked all transportation in and out of America down, all right, those heathen, they gonna be left here for those nuclear missiles, man. All right. It says, Jeremiah 51:8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Okay, so America's judgment is reached up unto heaven, man. All right, and with all these things going on in the earth of biblical proportions, of grand scale, okay, people is going to have to acknowledge that a higher power is bringing this judgment, okay? They're going to have to acknowledge that Yahweh Shema Shai is bringing this judgment, man, upon the earth, man, mainly upon America, all right? Because these people are proud in their heart, man, all right? Just because, the Lord ain't completely destroyed this place yet, these people think they survived the pandemic. People are still proud, man. All right. The Lord is about to hit these people off guard, man. Okay. Let me get Revelations 18. This is Revelations chapter 18. And I'm going to start at 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and of the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Yeah, and that's what America's going to be after the destruction, okay? It's going to be a wasteland, okay? Verse 3 says, For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Yeah, all these nations have had dealings with America. America is actually a corporation. It's not even a country. It's actually a corporation. And all these nations that had a hand in making profit with America, okay? Verse 3, For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Yeah, and these nations really are making money off the backs of Israelites, because the main consumers in America are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, and these other heathen nations come here to make money off you, man, to sell you products. Verse 4, and it says, And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And that's actually going to happen. There's actually going to be a voice in the Lashawan Kodash saying, Come out of here, my people, when the Lord return upon the earth, who the world ignorantly called Jesus. His true name is Yahweh Shai. He's going to return upon the earth with the holy angels to beam up the elect. All right. The elect is going to get beamed up into those chariots, so the elect won't receive none of her plagues. All right. The major plague being the nuclear destruction. Okay. Verse 5, it says, For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Yeah, in America, this place is the worst place and the worst kingdom in the history of mankind. That's why the judgment is going to be so great. Okay. Leading up to the missiles, the Lord is going to let loose on his place. The Lord has many spirits of vengeance. It's going to be 1,000 ways to die leading up to the final destruction, which is those missiles. So, the reason why the destruction is so great is because the wickedness, is so great in America. All right. They allow homosexuality, transgenderism, all right, paganism, witchcraft. The Lord has something against Esau because Esau touched the apple of the Lord's eye, the nation of Israel, okay, and keeping Israel in a low state perpetually. So the Lord is going to just totally make America a great example, man. All right. It says, verse 5, For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. And the cup which she had filled, filled to her double. Verse 7, how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. Yeah, because America, going back to the nifty 50s, America used to be the strongest economy. America used to be the top tier nation, man. All right. And the US dollar is no longer, there was an article that came out that said the dollar is no longer the head currency no more. Okay. And how strong your currency is represents how strong you are as a nation, and regarding your economic structure. They said the dollar is no longer at the top, man. All right. So that just show you that this place is on its way out of here, man. All right. So it says, how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. So the Lord is about to bring torment and sorrow upon America. Okay. And it's, just like the wicked elites, they use gradualism. Well, the Heavenly Father used gradualism. All right. Because the Lord is breaking this place apart systematically, man. The Lord is the ultimate chess player. All right. So these people is going to feel the torments and the suffering, man. All right. People's going to be starving to death. There's going to be a famine. All right. Many more plagues is going to hit. An actual pandemic is going to hit, when multiple strains of viruses is going to be let loose in the earth, man. All right. So this is the times that we're living in, man. It says how much she had glorified herself, yet proud, and lived deliciously off the backs of Israel. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no sorrow. I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. All right. And that's the spirit of America. All right. Because America has never experienced any third world, issues like these other countries. All right. America thinks that they'll never experience that, man. All right. People over here in America, they proud for no reason. They bougie, man. They really think that this place is not going to collapse, that that foreign troops can't touch America. All right. These people really think that, famine won't hit this place. All right. The Lord has a wake up call for them. All right. It says, verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is Yahweh Shema Shai who judgeth her. So these things are coming to the earth, man. And it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. So these people's completely going to be caught off guard, man. All right. In their wickedness. All right. And the Lord is going, we're entering to that times of judgment, man. And she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai who judges her. Yeah, that's that nuclear destruction from World War III. All right. And the only ones that are going to be saved are going to be those of the elect. All right. Let me just get this last scripture and I'm going to close it out. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. All right. So even though we're coming to the worst times in the history of mankind, the Lord is going to preserve his elect through these times. OK, which that's a beautiful thing. And it also shows you the extreme, power of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right. The Lord, here it is, the worst times in the history of creation is we're about to enter into it, but the Lord is going to deliver his elect through it. The Lord is going to be protecting his elect through these times, man. All right. Which the Lord is the one that's bringing it anyways. So the Lord is going to protect his elect from it, man. All right. And that's why I said, and at that time shall Michael stand up, because the Lord, he's going to amplify the protection of the elect. All right. Because, through the ordinances of Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Shai, the angels watch over the elect, man, and protect them. So during the time of Jacob's trouble, that protection is going to be heightened. All right. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince was standing for thy children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Yeah, those that have the eyesight of the sea, man. All right, because the scriptures tell you that a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the wicked pass on and are judged, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so 2/3 of Israel, they're going to be judged right along with these heathens. They just going to keep going on, not turning back to the Lord, and they're going to die in these judgments, man, when the Lord suddenly brings it upon them. All right, but the elect, they can see, all right, where everything is leading according to the scriptures, man. All right, and the elect are the only ones that are turning and trying to get right with Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right, and through that, the Lord is building the elect up to, their faith. So their faith is going to be built up. So they're going to be able to stand in that day, man. All right. They're going to be preserved until Yahweh Shai come back to deliver the elect and destroy America. So with that being said, I pray that this lesson be edifying. I want to say, call halal Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashem, Chakodash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who also rule well. Peace and citation to those, the hopeful elect. Shalom and Abba Babal.